portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Minister of National Security Dr. Bernard Nottage speaking out about this country's crime problem today, which continues to have adverse effects on the Bahamian community, especially here in New Providence.
Now, with a number of murders and violent activity taking place in recent days, Dr. Nottage says the government knows what the challenges are, but the fight against crime remains difficult, especially when there isn't much help from the community.
The plan is to continue to combat crime the best way we can. We have a wide variety of strategies that are being implemented. Saturation patrols has had a beneficial effect because, notwithstanding the fact that we continue to have violent crimes, the number of crimes is down. That gives me no comfort, as I always say. Until we don't have any, I will not be satisfied. But it's a constant struggle. The police force is very aware of the demands that are being made upon it. We need more cooperation from members of the general public because, as I always say, these people who are perpetrating these crimes are the sons and daughters of Bahamians who live in the homes with them, and we believe the people in the homes know who is doing what. They know where the drugs are hidden when they are hidden. They know where the guns are hidden when they are hidden. And if we could get more cooperation from them, I think we could more successfully be able to counter the apparent increase in activities.
The cross-examination of prosecution witness Denria Johnson continued today in the Kofi Goodman murder trial. Goodman's attorney, Jeffrey Farquharson, has been cross-examining Johnson for days now, grilling her on her training as a crime scene investigator and questioning the integrity of the evidence she collected from the crime scene and submitted for DNA analysis. Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions Garvin Gaskin, attorney Neil Brathwaite, and Darrell Taylor are prosecuting the case. Justice Bernard Turner is presiding.
In news from Parliament, debate began on the bill to establish January 10th as a public holiday to be named Majority Rule Day.
Now, the proposed act was first tabled in Parliament April 10th by Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie.
Today, Member of Parliament for Fox Hill, Fred Mitchell, jump-started the debate. For him, establishing the day as a holiday is a no-brainer, considering the struggle toward majority rule, its impact, and its meaning.
Minister Mitchell holds the view that majority rule freed not only the black majority of Bahamians, but the white minority as well.
Some people in the business community have opined in letters to the government that this additional holiday is going to cost them too much money, that it is an expense which is too much to bear, and that one of the existing holidays should be removed and replace this day. In this present climate, I would wish one of them or their representatives to have the temerity to open their mouths to suggest the removal of one of the religious holidays. The fact is that Discovery Day, which has already been replaced by law of this Parliament with National Heroes Day as the second Monday in October, that's already been done. The only holidays left, therefore, are the religious holidays, unless you want to trouble Labor Day, Independence Day, and Emancipation Day.
Now, Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini Obi Wilchcombe seconded the bill. He also regards the bill as one of the most important pieces of legislation with great historical significance.
The result was in 1967 the victory came. But when the victory came, what was then the message? What happened as a result? All that they fought for, what was it? It had all to do, Mr. Speaker, with advancing the life of Bahamians. Don't forget the message. It had all to do, Mr. Speaker, with causing Bahamians to become educated. Look at our educational system, Mr. Speaker. It was through the Progressive Liberal Party and the movement for majority rule that caused for thousands and thousands and thousands of Bahamians to be educated by the country, Mr. Speaker. Thousands of Bahamians, Mr. Speaker, to get tertiary education, Mr. Speaker, because they one day had to play a role in the leadership of this country. Let's look at health care, Mr. Speaker. All over this country, again, it was the Progressive Liberal Party and the movement toward majority rule that caused for that to be established.
The National Health Insurance Act 2006 is another step closer to becoming fully implemented. Carla Palmer tells us tonight that the Minister of Health publicly disclosed in the House of Assembly today movement toward this end as he announced the establishment of a steering committee to oversee its full implementation.
Member of Parliament for North Andros and the Berry Islands, who also holds the portfolio as the Minister of Health, the Honourable Dr. Perry Gomez, tells his parliamentary colleagues that more attention must be given to what he says is the growing unmet health care needs of residents in the Bahamas. While he says the National Health Insurance Act was passed in 2006, it is still to be fully implemented, and the time is now.
Health receives a substantial component of the national budget. However, it is not enough to meet all healthcare needs of many of the neediest in our communities. In addition, the competing needs for government funds for development does not permit increases in health allocation. A national health insurance scheme will provide equitable access to quality health care for all the residents of the Bahamas.
While an aspect of the health plan has advanced, Minister Gomez says still the prescription drug plan does not benefit all of those in need.
In the Bahamas, the majority of our populations do not have health insurance at all. Many cannot afford to pay user fees to private providers. These factors result in undue delays in seeking care and may contribute to late presentation with advanced stage of diseases. National health insurance will remove the need for money at the point of care.
Having highlighted the advantages of the health bill, Minister Gomez noted the course forward toward establishing universal coverage.
Today, I have the honor to announce the establishment of a steering committee with the membership of 12 persons to oversee the full implementation of National Health Insurance Act of 2006.
Deputy Chief Medical Officer at the Ministry of Health, Dr. DeLon Brennan, has been named as chairperson of the committee. I'm Carla Palmer for ZNS Network News.
Coming up in Family Island News, new developments in healthcare on the island of Abaco. We'll explain.
And in sports, champions have been crowned in high school volleyball. We've got the highlights coming up. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it. This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jiminita Swain. The proposed majority rule holiday is apparently not sitting well with some in the business community. During his contribution to the bill to establish January 10th as a public holiday, Minister of Foreign Affairs Fred Mitchell said that some people in the business community have written letters to the government stating that the additional holiday is going to cost them too much money and that it's an expense which is too much to bear and that one of the existing holidays should be removed and replaced with this day. Mitchell said that the only holidays that have not been replaced are religious ones, and he questioned which would the business community have removed. The relocation of Cable Bahamas' customer service operations in January has hindered the completion of the company's financial report for 2012. The company in published notices said it's received permission from the Bahamas International Securities Exchange, or BISEX, for a delay until May 30, 2013 to complete and file its 2012 annual report and accounts. The request was initiated by Cable Bahamas primarily because of circumstances beyond its control, namely the significant business interruption the move caused. And a slight jump in Americans' confidence in their economy last month attributed to a better outlook in the job market and expectations for higher pay. The Associated Press reports that the New York-based private research company, the Conference Board, said the Consumer Confidence Index rose to 68.1 in April. It's an increase from the 61.9 reported in March, which brings it back to its February reading. Consumers' confidence is closely watched because spending accounts for 70% of U.S. economic activity. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jiminita Swain.